Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're going to do Godzilla 2018. It has been a while. I'm trying to get back into the groove here of getting some of these videos up on my channel like I used to. And this video, we're going to discuss Muto Autopsy, or Muto Autopsy. I say Muto sometimes. Autopsy, right? I mean, think about it. We've discussed many different scenarios of what could happen in the aftermath of this big fight between the Muto and Godzilla in the first 2014 movie, and we have discussed again, military, what do they do here, how to mitigate something like this, many different scenarios. But it hit me recently, like, boy, wouldn't scientists do an autopsy on these bodies? I mean, you got one Muto body hanging from a building, and you got another one decapitated on the shore. Look, I mean, and what would they find? Imagine, let's think here. What would you find in a Muto autopsy? Because we don't know for sure. It's the first species according to the movie. What would they find? And if they found something, would they try to weaponize it? Would they try to come up with some sort of bioweapon? You know what I mean? Or maybe a countermeasure to Godzilla. Think about it. These Muto have EMP. Okay, we have one that can strike EMP at will, and we have another one who has an EMP shield. So what if they do these autopsies? Because look, EMP is a big deal, okay? It's a big deal. You're going to tell me the U.S. government wouldn't try to find a way to harness the power of the EMP that these creatures possess and weaponize it so that way they could... Come on, really? I mean, that would be such a good element to throw into the next movie. You know what I mean? I mean, when you think about the threat of nuclear warfare, and obviously nuclear missiles can cause EMP if you kind of, if they were to shoot one above and it explodes and EMP. And so this is another element you could throw into the whole nuclear threat. Not only the threat of extinction, but the threat of just complete and utter shutdown of anyone's structure, in terms of, electricity. Nobody has electricity. Electricity powers everything. And that's just it's a little bit tough to throw that in. Don't get me wrong. I know that, because that's a whole different other story in and of itself. But that's what I think would be the motivation if the government went and tried to get specimens of these bodies, and try to study them and learn, how do they have this EMP? Is there a way we can try and take this and harness it? And that would be interesting, some sort of, and it would be nice if they did something like that. And it doesn't have to be on the level of an EMP, but maybe they do autopsies and they study how these monsters work. Really, just how old are they? And what can destroy them? Because you have to wonder, well, what if there's more Muto out there? Now, we already know what the monsters are going to be in the sequels, but who knows? They may still be designated as Muto. I mean, think about it. Ghidorah, Rodan, and Mothra, they all fly, And even though the female didn't fly, but that's a designation they could use. I've always discussed that before. So, and this, what if there's just something about Godzilla, the Muto, Rodan, Ghidorah, Mothra, that they all share? Some sort of trait that they all share that the humans, by doing an autopsy, found a weakness for. I mean, there's just many different things they can take out of it. Or they can just ignore it completely, which they might, which they're probably likely to do, because doing an autopsy and finding something from it might complicate the story, unless that is the focus of the story. Because there's just a lot of things they can grab from it. There's a lot of elements they can grab from doing an autopsy, speaking fictionally, of course. So I don't think we'll see one. And if we do, I don't think it's going to make a big difference on the story. But it's another element of the first movie that they could make another story from. We've had many different scenarios we've all spoken about. This is just one scenario, once again, where if they wanted to create a story for the sequel, this is another source that they can use. And, it's really interesting, as we've talked about this stuff over the last couple of a year now, since the first movie, a year, we see that there's a lot of opportunity for them to go out there and build on what they've done from the first movie. And I think that's probably what a lot of people are missing from the first movie in terms of what Gareth Edwards did. He made a movie that was a basic introduction, and they created a universe. And there's so many different directions they can go right now based on what they've established, that it's really kind of interesting when you break it down. I mean, we've had these discussions between me doing these videos and you guys making your comments on what direction they can go. And when you really sit down and think about it, they have an enormous opportunity in every different facet of the first movie to extend it and make it better. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. And I'm sure there's going to be other things that we're all going to come up with that they can expand on. This is just another element. I'm sure some of you guys will always email me, like, your ideas, and we go from there. And At one point, someone is going to be right. Someone is going to be right. That's the other fun part of doing this, is that we'll look back on this in 2018. I'll look back through my emails, through my videos, and someone is going to be right. Whether it be me, whether it be somebody in the comments, somebody who emailed me, somebody's going to call it. Because we've already broken down potentials for the last year, and we're still breaking them down. And you know I'm not going to stop doing this. I've taken a break for a while because some of you guys know why, but for the most part, there's still much to talk about. So we'll see how it turns out. But anyway, guys, that's it for this March of the King 2018 video. And if you have any requests, please feel free to email me or visit the ETN fan page, like page on Facebook. And you can throw your idea out there. I check it all the time. So this is Rob signing off for ETN, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching ETN. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. Join the nation's Facebook page to meet other subscribers or visit ETN's Facebook page and Twitter page. Links for all are in the description. You're watching ETN. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're going to do Godzilla 2018. It has been a while. I'm trying to get back into the groove here of getting some of these videos up on my channel like I used to. And this video, we're going to discuss Muto Autopsy, or Muto Autopsy. I say Muto sometimes. Autopsy, right? I mean, think about it. We've discussed many different scenarios of what could happen in the aftermath of this big fight between the Muto and Godzilla in the first 2014 movie. And we have discussed, again, military, what do they do here, how to mitigate something like this, many different scenarios. But it hit me recently like, boy, wouldn't scientists do an autopsy on these bodies? I mean, you got one Muto